is somebody whose love of dance is only outweighed by his love for himself. This is time for My Strictly Dance Life.
Hi, my name is Vincent Simone, the one and only, and this is my Strictly Dance Life. I come from Puglia, which is in south of Italy, and I grew up with the tango music, rock and roll music, and dancing has always been in my life. When I was 7 years old, my auntie said, Vincent, there's a new dance school in town. Would you like to come and learn how to dance? And I said to her, only if you find me a very good-looking partner. My first competition, I was only 10 years old. It was in Rome, and over 50 couples, I managed to win it. And when I was still amateur, I managed to win the Italian championship, the regional championship, and I started to represent Italy at the international competitions. In 1995, I decided to move to UK. I didn't have a partner, and my teacher prepared for me an audition. I had 5 gorgeous girls waiting for me.
I was there with all the other girls, and, you know, Vincent was there showing off as usual, but I think there was an instant connection with us.
As soon as I tried with Flavia, there was so much chemistry, and it was the perfect match.
It sort of just worked, and we carried on dancing ever since.
Myself and Flavia decided to turn professional, and we won the UK 10 Dance Championship, the UK Show Dance Championship, and then we became world champions in the Argentine Tango Show Dance, twice in a row. Flavia and I got a phone call one day from the producer of Strictly Come Dancing. There was something missing in the show, and that obviously was me, so I was happy to participate. I was so glad that on my first year on Strictly Come Dancing in Series 4, I was paired up with Louisa Litton. She was so much fun, and she made everything so much easier for me. So thank you, Louisa.
Vincent really lucked out of his first series, getting Louisa Litton as a partner. They were brilliant together.
Series 6, I had the beautiful, gorgeous Rachel Stevens. She was one of the luckiest girls on the planet because she was paired up with me.
Rachel and Vincent dancing together was a brilliant partnership.
My proudest moment on Strictly Come Dancing was when I got 4 10s for the first time, and that was an amazing experience.
I was just so excited for him. It's something that you don't forget, so, you know, that will stay with him for a long time.
I thought it was fabulous.
Series 7, another gorgeous girl. I had so much fun with her, and that's Natalie Cassidy. We got so close to the final once again. She was an amazing person to work with. So it's been a shame that we didn't get the trophy together. She deserved it.
I think Vincent has most certainly earned a place in the Strictly Come Dancing family forever. I love him, almost as much as he loves himself.
Well, my hope for the future is that I was still involved on Strictly Come Dancing, but of course, can you ever imagine Strictly without me? No. I can't wait to put my beautiful hands on that trophy. And Great Britain, I love you so much, and this is for you.
Now on Saturday, the couples performed their favourite dances from the series, plus we saw the return of the much-anticipated Argentine tango. It's time to decipher which set sizzled and which ones fizzled this Choreography Corner. Please welcome James and Flavia! Right, thank you so much for coming in. Now, we saw on Saturday, and we'll see again on Saturday, what I believe 2 rather different approaches to putting a routine together. Would you agree? James, you're looking at me like I'm...
No, definitely.
Definitely.
I definitely agree with you 100%. I mean, obviously, Ricky, we can see, is the better dancer, so you can put more intricate footwork, more difficult routine together, where Chris, on the other hand, is... He's got a great character and can sell the dance, but can't necessarily take in all the steps. So you have to keep it a little bit more simple, but at the same time effective.
OK.
And I think they all done a great job.
All right, we've got clips to illustrate it. You're going to talk us through the Argentine tango. First up, Chris and Ola, which I loved.
Yeah, the great thing about Chris and Ola, I mean, their forte since day one has been the chemistry, you know, between the two of them. So all the routines that Ola has choreographed are based on that, on the interaction between the two of them, and bringing out, you know, Chris's personality. He's a great performer. He gets away with, you know, the mistakes that he makes, but he sells every single routine he does. And, you know, he's got great control. I mean, you can see his face, he's performing it. The tango is very, very, very difficult. So this routine, very different to Natalie and Ricky's, but great, and, you know, great performance in its own right.
Yeah.
And you can see coming up here, they do a nice little gancho section where they flick here in between each other's legs, which is very tricky again. Very difficult to keep your balance.
But also what you say exactly is playing to his strength, which is his personality.
Absolutely.
When they come out, I know this is weird because you're married to Ola, and I don't mean it like that, and you've heard it so much, that they've got great chemistry. You must want to throw a tree in the air. But what I mean is they are connected.
Yeah.
And for someone that's not an actor, he has no acting background. I mean, he sells it. He comes out every week, and he's a performer, okay? Irrelevant of if he can't do the most difficult steps in the world.
Talking of difficult steps, then you wanted to point out Ricky Whittles, which you said this step is really difficult. Let's remind ourselves of it. This is their Argentine tango, which, of course, got so many tens.
I mean, their routine had lots of contents of actual, you know, I don't think people appreciated how difficult, you know, some of the steps were. Here you can see that Ricky goes on his heels.
Yeah.
Just there. And that's very, very difficult for him to lead Natalie into the back ochos, which she's doing. He's doing a different step pattern to her, so he's got to remember his different step patterns. And on top of that, he's balancing on his heels. That's a man's decoration in the tango, which is very tricky.
And also, I think it's Natalie who said, throughout this competition, it would be very easy for her to go quite simple on Ricky, because he would be really impressive. But I think all the judges and everybody has appreciated the fact that she's really pushed him.
I think the thing with Ricky is that he's so good, you forget to actually appreciate how difficult his routines are. You know, some of the people have said, oh, your routine was very simple. They're not. You know, Natalie hasn't given him an easy ride. She's given him difficult routines, but he can do them.
OK, very quickly, let's talk about the rumba, James, because you're here to talk about the other dances. So, Ola, she was told there wasn't enough dancing in it, but it was lovely, wasn't it? Let's have a look.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with that because, I mean, competitively, when we dance, we don't put all basic in our routine. We've got to make it exciting. And they start off very contemporary here, which is something which has never really been seen on Strictly before, and it already sets a mood for the dance. And this is something which Chris does amazing. And, OK, they talk about his hands, and you can see at times his hands are sprawled out, but at the same time, he's not a professional dancer. He's had no dance training whatsoever. And again, at the end here, you can see they're setting the mood of the dance. This is where they come to the end of the routine, and they get a bit too close, actually, at the end. But I think he has done an amazing, amazing job from where he's come from. He has had no dance training whatsoever, and I think he's doing a great job.
I know you want to mention the double reverse spin that Ricky and Natalie did, because you both, when I talked about it earlier, sharp intake of breath, the double reverse spin. James, talk us through it.
OK, here he goes. He's going into a fall away here, and then he goes straight into a double reverse spin. Now, that might look easy, or he makes it look easy, which is great, but it is actually a very, very tricky step. And I think for them to do that was very, very brave, and I think they pulled it off fantastic. OK, guys, thank you so much for coming in for a little choreography corner. You're going to like the next bit. Thank you very much. Flavia and James! Thank you. Now...